Today we continue with the deeper dive of the moon in Scorpio. So, mystery, things moving below the surface, change happening internally. If you are feeling that, trust it, respect it, make space for yourself. Take the space you need for this deeper inner process that is unfolding, that is hard to understand and put into words. So you may not be able to explain to somebody exactly why you feel the way you feel, but you can say, I need a little time. I am feeling things and just need to take care of myself and process. So, respecting that, it allows that deeper process of transformation to continue inside of you and to unfold in ways that will ultimately help you see things in new ways and become, right, to do that healing journey and become who you're on the journey to becoming. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, July 23rd. Mercury is stationing direct today at 16 degrees Cancer, and that exact Mercury station is 3:57 p.m. Pacific time. If you are counting, if you are moving through your day and want to know exactly when Mercury goes direct, that is when it happens. You won't feel like the skies open up and the gods come down at 3:57 p.m. Pacific time, but you might, if you're very sensitive, you might feel a little bit of a shift in energy as Mercury starts to go direct. So the completion of the Mercury retrograde that began on June 29th is going to be taking us. So we've been in that review process, deepening into our needs, our feelings, how we communicate our needs and our feelings, how we process information emotionally and how it impacts us emotionally, and how we can take care of ourselves in that process. So, and I shared actually yesterday a little bit more about what this Mercury retrograde in Cancer has been bringing up for us in terms of family and belonging and inner child and childhood experiences of communication. So today, the energy of Mercury comes to the surface as it stations. So we might have themes of communication, needs, and feelings, and the need to really take care of ourselves as we process. And we are in this Cancer moon cycle that is focused on needs and how our self-care might be changing as we change and move. And as these incredible times unfold with this very potent, magical planetary cradle that is very active this week. And I've shared in a few videos recently about that planetary cradle. So if you want visual, look at Monday and Tuesday's videos where I shared my screen and kind of showed you the chart of how the planets are lined up. Saturday and Sunday, I did a video on just this cradle and coming into exact. I've got podcast episode 7 out now about the different cycles that are unfolding. So those are all places where you can learn more about the planetary cradle that we are in the midst of this week. So that is the big picture. That is what's happening with the outer planets, is that they are bringing this opportunity for awakening, for doors to open, for having the winds in our sails if we are choosing. So we have to choose where we're going. The winds can, of course, blow us somewhere we don't want to go. So we have to choose on purpose what direction we want to move. And we have to ask. We have to ask for the things we want. With Uranus in Gemini, that lightning bolt of shift and change can very much happen in our knowledge, in the information that we have available to us. We can have new information show up very suddenly. So we want to be clear with ourselves and the universe, if you believe in that the universe, can respond to you, which is how I see things. If you are clear in what you want, what matters to you, what's important, then you're asking the universe to show you, that clarity. So you know how when a lightning bolt, like in the middle of a thunderstorm, this whole sky is dark and everything is dark, and then for that flash of lightning, everything lights up and you can see, the city, the trees, the mountains, whatever it is that is in your field of vision, it's all lit up. So that is what this energy can bring us. It can bring us the new information that helps us go, I see. I see what I need to know. I see what I couldn't see before. I see what is going to help me choose and make decisions in my life. So, Scorpio moon today, and then at 6:07 p.m. Pacific time, the moon goes into Sagittarius, where we get more of that bird's eye view. We start to make the meaning out of what has been moving inside of us to be able to gain that perspective and understanding. So while the moon is in Scorpio, we feel things that are moving below the surface, but we can't explain them or understand really what's happening and why or what it means. And then once the moon goes into Sagittarius, we get that deep breath where we get to step back and see a little bit more from an outside perspective what is changing, what it means for us, how to tell the story of what's unfolding on the inside, how to share that with someone else, right? How to say, here's what I've been feeling, and here's what I'm connecting it to, or how I'm making meaning out of it, or how I'm connecting those dots. You get that perspective once the moon goes into Sagittarius. And because we are in the Cancer moon cycle, we're learning things about ourselves and how we need to take care of ourselves and what works best to take care of not just who we are, but who we're becoming. So we get to learn the self-care of the future and what we need if we really step into what we want to be and what kind of life we want to have. We are learning what we need to do to care for ourselves as we become that new way of being. So Mercury stationing, moon shifting from Scorpio, deep territory, into Sagittarius with more perspective, outer planets aligning in very, very magical ways that can illuminate and shift and bring new awareness and awakening into our experience, help us make meaning of what's unfolding. And again, like I've said, we are moving through such an incredible moment that I think it's going to take the ability to look back at this moment and really look back on this. Let's go back to 2020, shall we? in terms of change, and maybe even back farther than that, 2016, 2008. Anyway, right? Years and years of change that we've been moving through, to the point where we can hardly even recognize who we were 20 years ago. And our technology is different, our ways of interacting is different, our ways of thinking about the world and what makes us safe is all different. So this is the moment, I think, when we really get that glimpse of the future and what the future could be like if we choose it. So how are you working on that in your daily life? Continuing to move forward one step ahead, you know, right? One foot in front of the other, one step at a time. That's the only way we can do this, in the now, in the here and now of what is showing up, and just trusting ourselves and our process. But hopefully, this gives you a little bit of context for what you notice and what is unfolding for you. I would love to hear from you, by the way, in terms of what you're noticing in your life, how these energies feel or might be showing up for you, or if, you're like, I don't even know what to think. Let me know. All right. Thanks for being here. And you can book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com, moving through times of change from your own path of empowerment and stepping powerfully into the future that you are here to create, live, experience, participate in, and help to shape. Thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.